Welcome back to Indigo Soul Yoga. I am Stephanie. Today I am sharing with you a brief yoga for back pain. I have my mini mat, 2 blocks, and 2 sandbags. If you are in need of a mini mat or some blocks, definitely check out the Indigo Soul website. If you don't have any sandbags at home, you can use a weighted blanket. Also, if you don't have a mini mat at home, you can use a towel or a blanket. If you don't have any blocks, you're welcome to use some books. We're gonna come onto our mat, onto hands and knees, all fours. I'm gonna place my mini mat underneath my knees for extra cushion, placing my palms down on the mat. If you need extra height, take your blocks or your books underneath your hands. Your toes can be curled under, or your toes can be flat on the mat. You decide what feels better to you. Press all 10 finger pads into your mat or into your blocks. Lift up out of your shoulders, draw your navel towards your spine, come into a flat back. As you take a breath in, come into cow pose. Draw your shoulder blades together, curve your low back, lift your chin to the sky. As you release your breath out, hollow out, chin comes to your chest. Take a breath in, cow pose. Release your breath out, cat pose. Inhale for cow, heart opens up. Exhale, release, hollow out. Let's do that together. Inhale for cow. Exhale, arch and release. One more time, opening up, curve your low back. On the exhale, release everything out. Return to a flat, neutral spine. Let your hips shift out side to side. Once your hips come back into a neutral state, into center, let them stay up. Press your left hand into your mat. Inhale your right arm out to line up with your shoulder. Stay on the exhale. On your next inhalation, lift and reach it right into the sky. On the exhale, you're gonna thread it through, diving down. Let your temple rest on your block. Stay for about 4 breaths in through your nose and out. Put a nice twist into your lower back. Deep shoulder stretch on the right. Press your left hand into your mat or your block. Lift your temple off your mat. Take your right arm back up to the sky. On the exhale, release your hand down. Reset and recenter. Press your right hand down. Inhale your left hand to line up with your shoulder. Stay on the exhale. Press your right hand down. Lift your left hand to the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Dive it down. Few breaths here. Deep stretch. In through your nose and out. Press your right hand down, lift your left temple, take that left arm all the way back up. And release it down. Shift your hips out side to side one more time. Bring your hips back into a neutral space. Find your way back into cow pose, open it up. Exhale, release it out. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, arch and round. Inhale for cow. One more time, exhale for cow. Flat spine. Take your blocks to the top of your mat for a brief moment. From there, gather your sandbag or 2, or your weighted blanket, or just an extra blanket that you have at home. You may want to use 1 sandbag, you may want to use 2, each person's different. We're gonna place this on your spine. It may be horizontal or vertical. If you have 2 sandbags, you may wanna do 1 at the top of your spine, 1 at the bottom. It's really your choice. We're gonna find our way into child's pose. Big toes together, knees out wide, arms reaching forward. If you do not have a sandbag or a weighted blanket or don't have an extra blanket, no worries, okay? We'll come in traditional extended child's pose without the extra weight. Big toes together, knees out wide, bum reaches back. Finding your sandbag. Have a block available in case you want to rest your forehead on your block. I'm going to fold it forward. And I'm going to adjust. So once I have my sandbag placed, oh my gosh, this feels amazing. Find some deep breaths. In and out. Press all 10 finger pads into your mat. Allow your breath to be long and full. If you have that second weighted blanket or that second sandbag available, you can go ahead and place it at the top of your spine. Or if you have one sandbag or one weighted blanket and it's horizontal, you can position it to be vertical. I'm going to turn my one vertical. And this feels just as good. On your next inhalation, lift your forehead off your block or your mat. Reach back and gently remove your sandbag or your weighted blanket. Take that sandbag or weighted blanket down. Press your palms down, lift your hips up. We're going to come into Sphinx pose, another back bend. So walk your legs to the back of your mat. Lower down to your forearms. Let your feet be nice and wide, particularly if you have a history of back pain. Forearms are down. Take a peek at your shoulders. Shoulders stack over your elbows. Press down into your forearms. Lift up out of your shoulders. Full breaths. If you desire to place a sandbag on your lower back, feel free to do so. You can shift to one side, find your sandbag, and place it at your lower back, just above your glutes. Let your gaze be forward or just slightly up, depending on what feels better in your neck. One more inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower everything down. Rock your hips out side to side. If you have that second sandbag, we're going to use it, okay? So from here, you're going to bend your right leg, bring your right knee, your thigh outside your mat. We're going to shift your sandbag down over your hip. And that second sandbag or your weighted blanket, we're going to place it on your back. If you have a friend available, we use two. They can come in handy. But sometimes it's just us at home, and we have to make do. Once your sandbags or weighted blankets are set, let your favorite cheek rest down. You can close your eyes if you would like. And if you need any extra support or cushioning under your right knee, Place that mini mat or blanket or cushion there. Lift your cheeks off your hands. Take that sandbag or weighted blanket off of your thigh and find the one on your back and gently reposition it as well. From here, guide your right leg down. Rock your hips side to side. We're gonna prepare to take your left leg outside your mat, making that L shape. So take that left leg out. Hip lines up with your knee. Knee lines up with your ankle. Sandbag or weighted blanket. And once again, if you have a friend, this can be a little bit easier. Lowering down. And let the opposite cheek rest down. If you find that you need cushion under your left knee, definitely place that blanket or that mini mat there. Full expansive breaths. Letting go of tension in your back, your shoulders, your hips. Lift your cheeks off your hands. Take those sandbags off of your back and your hip. Bring your leg down and turn over onto your back. Reclining back. Draw your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. The next time your legs come to center, let them stay there. And slowly bring your feet down to your mat. Let your arms come out like a T. Press your feet down, lift your hips up. Slide your hips over to the right. Let your knees drift to the left. Your head can be neutral or turn your head to the right. You'll find a nice stretch in your right lower back going towards your right hip. Attempting to keep both of your shoulder blades down on your mat. For a deeper stretch, you can find your sandbag or your weighted blanket and place it on the outer portion of your thigh. Breaths in and out. Finding softness as support as you stay in the pose. Softness and support. If your head is drifted to one side, bring it back to neutral. If your sandbag's on your thigh, guide it to the side. On your inhale, bring your knees up to center, bring your feet down to your mat. Press your feet down, lift your hips up, slide your hips to the left and lower down. Let your knees drift over to the right. Adjusting your legs to keep those shoulder blades down. Your head can drift over to the opposite side. If you find that you want to place that sandbag or your weighted blanket on your thigh, go right ahead. Remove your sandbag from your thigh. Bring your head into center if it's turned to one side. Inhale, bring your knees back up. Exhale, take your feet down to your mat. Let your knees windshield wiper side to side 2 or 3 times. The next time your knees come up to center, let them stay there. Guide your hands underneath your thighs, lift your thighs, draw your knees towards your underarms. Bring your hands behind your thighs. If possible, hands to the backs of your calves or to the soles of your feet. 4 digits on the soles of your feet. Thumb on top or wrapping around the inner aspect of your foot. Draw your knees down, draw your tailbone down, sole of your feet facing the sky. Happy baby. Shoulder blades are down. Option to stay here or shift. Slowly extend your right leg out. Bending your right leg. Extend your left leg out. Bend your left leg. Extend both legs out. Tailbone down, shoulder blades are down. Bending both legs. Bring your hands back to your calves. Close your legs together. Guide your feet down to your mat. Extending your legs down. Arms rest where they can. Let your eyes soft and close for a few moments. Gentle breath. In and out. Peace and support. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Assist your feet to your mat. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll yourself up into a tight ball. And rock up to a seat on your mat. Coming into a cross-legged seat, or legs can be extended forward. Hands walk outside your thighs. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twisting to your left. Right hand to your left knee. Left hand behind you. Shoulders are soft. As you inhale, arms overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, twisting to the opposite side. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Take one more full breath in. And release it out. May peace be with you all. Thank y'all so much for practicing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel.